kind of by our receptionist desk where you can come and pay for products in our store, and you check in and out over here. And if anyone wants to tip in some Bitcoin Cash, you can easily do it by scanning the QR code right there. And I'm sitting over here, and over the past week and over the weekend, with like crypto slumping a little bit, ARK investment slumping, I've been seeing a lot of people out there that are saying, don't invest into these, speculative investments, invest in index funds or blue chips. You're going to see this kind of consolidation into more, assured investments rather than, investments like ARK or cryptocurrency that are, more on the speculative spectrum, right? They're speculating on companies that haven't necessarily proven things. I put Tesla in here. Tesla's been an investment of mine for many years now, but it still kind of falls into that like speculative thing. A lot of people still don't like Tesla for some reason, right? Even though they're crushing it, but that's changing over time. But it hasn't always been this way, right? So what I'm sitting back thinking is that why, it is comfort so important in your life where investing in things that can improve humanity not important. Like maybe I view investing just differently, right? Like certainly I want comfort and security in my life. Like who doesn't want comfort and security in their life? But there's also something exciting about being human and not always being conservative in things, right? Like some people want to live their life so comfortable within such a bubble. I often think, why even live at all? Right? Like life's not interesting like that if it's just about being comfortable, right? Life is can be much more interesting than that. And maybe it's taken me time to evolve to be that. So I'm not trying to like shame people who want to invest into, index funds or more conservative assets. But I think once you get to a certain level of comfort, then find investments that, hit you in the heart, right? Or find investments that can, that you have a passion towards. Or for me, like I have like this idea of, helping, invest in things that can drive humanity further, right? So, if you guys are watching this video live here, feel free to comment on how you feel about investing. There's all different spectrums of investors, right? There's investors that are in crypto that just want to get rich, right? Like they don't really care about the real ethos of the movement and what crypto can do for humanity. They want to figure out how to pump something to make a quick buck, and that really comes in market cycles, and those people are going to have a very hard time. But the diehards in this space really want to change the world, and it's a very powerful thing to invest in. And investors in Tesla wanted to change the world, right? So I'm gonna go walk around my shop a little bit, get off my feet. So that's something I want people to think about, especially as you grow your portfolio, or you just get overall more comfortable in life as you grow in your career and all that, that you don't always have to invest so conservative, right? You can take chances. You can invest in things that you really believe in, right? And if you really believe in them, you're gonna find, you're gonna have greater understanding of them, and you're gonna have higher conviction during times of volatility. What's up, Bitcoin Jason? So while you can buy the S&P 500 every month for the rest of your life and become a multimillionaire, right? You can become extremely wealthy doing this. That's great, right? And maybe I have it backwards. Like some people are want to invest in crypto because they want to get rich really fast, right? That's the goal. And a lot of people have done that. So there's a proven track record there. But to me, investing in crypto is about wealth building, and I have a strategy towards that. But it's also just, it gives my life more purpose, right? Like if I could be a part of something so powerful that can create access to billions of people around the planet to have access to the global financial system, that's pretty amazing, right? Or if I can invest in Tesla and create sustainable transport, it's a little loud out here, I'm gonna go back inside. Create sustainable transport for humans. Here's my shop door here, here's our companies, and of course, Bitcoin Cash accepted here. There's, investing in a crypto has its benefits for humanity, and also like investing in Tesla, right? If you want to have sustainable transport, whether you think carbon emissions is bad for the environment, or you just know at some point in humanity we're going to run out of a finite resource, like that's pretty cool, right? And then if you want to invest into, also just like, I think not driving a Tesla like I find kind of strange. Like I'll always drive Teslas for now until I find someone that can do something with the profits of their company better than what the current CEO and owner and majority shareholder can do, right? So I'm going to my office. Bitcoin Jason, you're not thinking backwards, you're thinking of a better future. Yeah. Like, isn't that what gets you out of bed in the morning? Like, what gets you out of bed? Like, investing can be so exciting. And a lot of people, I guess what I'm trying to point out is, like, comfort and security is like a basic human need, but it's not like every part of the human experience, right? Like it's finding that new frontier, is pushing, humanity forward. So guys, I'm building out a store here. Here if you're following me live here, we have our counters coming in here. We got some display shelving. We have shelving that's gone up over here. So we're still in the middle of our build out. Hopefully after this first quarter, we'll be fully built out and throw our grand opening. And so anyways, and also I just want to add to, what investing in these things can do for your life and getting you involved. Something like cryptocurrency. I'm actually planning to go out to, I'm not sure if anyone's live in the chat here, planning a trip out to St. Kitts to meet with Mark Falzon and Roger Ver. I think I'm gonna leave on Sunday, because these are people that are involved in doing something that's changing the world, right? And how can we connect and collaborate and do things fun like this, right? It just makes, humanity more exciting, rather than sitting around and just hopefully, I got enough food to put on my table and find an interesting show to watch on television. I just don't get the ethos of just wanting security so bad. I mean, I understand wanting basic security, but after your basic needs are met, what are you doing with your time? You guys can see me here. What do you guys think? Obviously, a lot of people on this channel probably feel differently. Bitcoin Jason, looking good. Are the tradesmen accepting BCH? Not all of them. Some of them I do. I do pay my gas installer in it. I just had an employee ask today. He's like, if we're in a crypto bear market, I want to take my whole paycheck in Bitcoin Cash so I can accumulate over the years. So that was an optimistic sign. I've been so busy with the move, and we recently moved to this building, and I've been traveling a lot, that I haven't had as much time to focus. BCH gives me hope. Yeah, like it's inspiring, to be a part of something that is so much bigger than yourself, right? Something that can serve others. That's the nature of voluntarism and capitalism. I'm doing what they're doing in St. Kitts here in North Queensland. Yeah, Jason, are you the reason it's called Bitcoin Cash City out there? I got to get out there eventually. Once, Australia seems to be rather tyrannical lately. But I've been, I follow on Twitter Bitcoin Cash City, and I've seen a lot of cool videos from over there. And how prevalent is Bitcoin Cash City? I was watching a lot of, obviously, Gabriel's videos out there. He was making a lot of Bitcoin Cash, and I was wondering, like, why wasn't he over there? I take 100% BCH. When you say you take 100% BCH, in terms of like how you get paid from people, but I just wonder the city in general, like how many businesses are utilizing it on a day-to-day basis. Over here we try to utilize it as much as possible. And I think after Q1 here, we're really gonna, once we get the store and more things operational around here, to become more of a primary focus. And what I'm gonna do in St. Kitts, I'm gonna try to learn new ways to do it. And actually, I want to grow and expand my bit. It started on Reddit. I threw out there that I wanted to, look into expanding my business out there. That's before Mark reached out to come over there. Because I'm actually geographically in a good position to export, my merchandise to them, right? Like they're buying, food service supplies from someone. So, and actually there's people in this area that are selling it over there. I just haven't necessarily pursued that business, but seeing how the islands can be such a early adopter, and they appear to be, of cryptocurrency, because there's so many different islands and they're so sovereign in different ways that they have so many needs for currency swaps, right? So if I have more of an international currency that didn't see borders and need exchanges, then cryptocurrency is extremely useful in that case, right? So I think the trend there. I got to take care of this, guys. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, I'm just doing a live show. So we're wrapping up here at the shop. But that's, I think that's a big part of how I can grow my business more into the crypto space. You got me taken care, brother?
Send it for you, okay?
Okay. Well, can you send me cryptocurrency? You're on a cryptocurrency show here.
Right.
Do you have crypto?
Nah, only send.
I'll teach you later. All right, Bobby?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
This phone number, right?
Yep, send it there.
All right.
You're fine.
Thank you, Brian. See you tomorrow.
See you, Bobby. Thank you.
Okay.
So Jason says here, BCH growth is growing more because of the government. I only earn in BCH. I'm trying to live a purest lifestyle. Over 100 merchants here accept Bitcoin Cash. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, it's in the United States, the adoption is harder to tell. If you go to map.bitcoin.com, you'll see a ton of merchants on there, but a lot of them are on an application called MenuFi, and so it's not like a lot of in-store stuff. You can only do it like online. Like it's not as prevalent as you would hope. So, but we're still early. Seeing places like the islands and what Bitcoin Jason's talking about is extremely encouraging that the trend is growing, right? Like it's not always about where you're at today. It's what is the trend telling you? Are more or less people talking about it? Are more or less people receiving it? And I think the trend is our friend here. I think more and more people are using it. More and more people are finding reasons to use it, right? More and more people are getting excluded from the financial system. Whether, like I was seeing, like David Bond has got a big YouTube channel. He's got into crypto not because he was really into crypto. It's because he had no other payment processor that would allow him to be in business. So what a useful tool that is. Big peer-to-peers here. Yeah. I absolutely envy that in a way, but I got to start here. I can't say that many other people have Bitcoin Cash stickers on their trucks and all over and promoting adoption and making videos and traveling and throwing events. This is what my efforts are for, and it is to grow. And there is a circle of people around me starting to swell, and that number will continue to grow. So. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here. I know a lot of people are probably not the most conservative investors here, that obviously, but I feel like a lot of people that are in crypto too, like, don't also feel like they're being that risky, right? Like that, I heard a good person explain that investing into cryptocurrency is sure speculative, but also not having exposure also is a risk too, right? There's huge, counterparty risk that is involved in every other asset class, right? There's no crypto has that ability to remove counterparty risk. I appreciate it, Jason. Yeah, working hard, man. But it almost doesn't feel like work. Again, you feel like you're serving something a little bit bigger than yourself. And that's why just investing into safe things isn't necessarily the kind of interesting life, right? It kind of seems like selfish in a way too, but also, I don't know. Some people view it. We are the greedy capitalist, right? The anarcho-capitalist. I don't know. How many more we got in the chat here? I think I may have missed some comments. Let me go back on. Omar, what's going on, brother? Appreciate all your support, man. I see you're very active in the BCH community. Maybe we could meet one day, man. BCH gives me hope. Ray, what's up, bud? Yeah, so I've been making a lot of these live videos. I used to do a lot of production videos, and I have to say, like, obviously I shared on this channel, like, I was kind of going through a funk over the last few months, so I started traveling a lot, and that's not changing right now. I'm still doing a lot of traveling. I'm off to the Keys on the weekend, and I'm going to shoot over to St. Kitts, and then I'm shooting over to the west coast of Florida to visit some family over there, and then I'm going out to Asheville with my wife. So you're going to have a lot more live videos from me. And then I think once I settle back down from all this and hopefully gain all this wisdom from all this traveling and meeting other people, that I can provide more value on, production type videos and getting back to that, on top of my traveling, with the, just showing what freedom can do in Florida. The reopening of the economy has made me extremely busy. I went from essentially a year and a half ago, no employees, to now 11 full-time employees. So the growth has been pretty quick, relatively. for some people that may not, 11 employees in a year for me, you kind of just starting an independent type business was exponential and taking training and processes and all those things. So as the business becomes more finer tuned, I can use that to use my platform to promote more cryptocurrency and get back into just finding other creative ways to do it. My biggest issue here is, what do you got here? My biggest issue is there is no one filling what I do. Filling, or you mean filming, Jason? Filling. I've seen your videos. I know you do make videos. No one's filming what I'm doing either right now. We'll probably get a whole marketing division here. If the growth continues at the rate it's growing, right? We continuously reinvest back into the company. But I have now account managers. I have, eventually I want to get a full-time marketer and use them in, cross promoting Bitcoin Cash. And part of my trip out to St. Kitts next week is really gonna be predicated around building more momentum into my Bitcoin Cash event next year, right? Like getting more feet on the ground exposure to the adoption. And Jason, once the Australia seems to be a little bit more into freedom, I'll definitely come out there, and I wanna use that information to bring it back to people here, to show people what's going on in the world, to show people that there's a different way of doing things, there's a different way of operating a monetary system. People get lost in the sauce with so many cryptos. We need to spark gamer more attention to be sage. Roger Ver in the spring 2021 talked about a country adopting Bitcoin Cash as legal tender. I remember that, and I don't know if he didn't want to share. I'll ask him off the record which country that was. And I have a feeling, and this is just was documented, the Prime Minister was out spending of St. Kitts. The Prime Minister was out spending Bitcoin Cash over the weekend. And that's what kind of led me to write in Reddit, and I think I eventually discussed with Mark and Roger. So I'll reach out to them after this and kind of confirm my travel plans. And yeah, you guys are this movement. Everyone I talk to, just the level of conviction. I tell you, someone that I've really befriended is Jeremy, the Bitcoin Cash podcast. He's definitely like, I don't know. He's just I love. He's got such a good spirit about him, and always comes with like max positivity. And I kiddingly said in last week's live stream that my son being on his intro to his channel, I think will be like fascinating when we look back at like monetary history, like the Bitcoin Cash podcast. His whole thesis of covering Bitcoin Cash on the rise to the world reserve currency, which the next world reserve currency will be a cryptocurrency, absolutely. And I think the trend of global reserve currencies lasting about a century is roughly accurate. So I think another 20 years from now, I think you'll have a cryptocurrency. Hopefully, if it's Bitcoin Cash that gets the throne, I think the world will be in a better place. If it's Bitcoin BTC, which has certainly a strong probability of getting the throne, I'd be more concerned, because as we all know, Bitcoin can either be a freedom tool, or a Bitcoin without privacy with things like Cash Fusion can become a surveillance tool, right? And that trend is also prevailing, the level of surveillance in the world. So that we have two roads to travel path here, and we have to do our part. And it's not enough to just getting back to like investing safe. If you just want to invest safely, let the world go in whatever direction it wants to, then you won't have, I think, such a freedom-loving world. But if you get people that are courageous and excited to do things, I think you'll see that happen. We got 10 in the chat here, guys. I'll hang out for another 5 minutes or so, then I gotta go get home to the family and go from there. Jason says, gotta go, I have an appointment to board a merchant. That a boy. Eventually maybe I can get some business out to Australia, and tell if you onboard, this is something, if you onboard restaurants and then buy restaurant equipment from me, if you pay in Bitcoin Cash, I will give you X amount % off. So I'm trying to come up with that number. I don't work in a high margin business, so it'd have to be like a 5% discount, but on $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 invoices, 5% really means something at that level. So that's something I'm going to talk to them about in the islands, about how I could make crypto, Bitcoin Cash usage more attractive, right? So that's my thoughts. Anyone else got anything in the chat before I head out? I get some paperwork done and get going from there. a couple more minutes. I want to dig more into Smart BCH. I am on Miss Swap. I've been farming out some celery. I've been playing around with that, reinvesting my my yields. Really excited to see the future of that. I think that'll kind of bring a lot of the mainstream back into here. Have 215 BCH, been buying and flipping into BCH. Patterns look awesome. You're referring to Smart BCH? I got you, buddy. See if I can get business for you. I don't know if the distribution channels are set up for me out there yet. If it makes sense, I'd have to talk to some of the international reps in the business. The Caribbean absolutely is a great fit for me. But you know, I wouldn't mind expanding my business into crypto-friendly places. That's kind of where I want to be. So, see Bitcoin. I got the Bitcoin Cash stickers all over the place. So that's what we got going on. But Jason, go do your thing, brother. Keep up the good work. And thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. And I'll see you in my next.